Shalom, shalom. Happy prep day, everyone. I'm still reading in Luke, taking my time. And there's a lot of people going through trials right now. Some of them are like really, really, really hard trials. I know I've been in my little trial. I hate to call it little because these trials have been actually pretty intense. And so I'm just waiting for people to come out. Come on, I mean, it's a tiny little thing that I read that just stood out to me in Lucas chapter 22 or Luke 22, and I was just taken back because I think this is the key that we're missing. And this is when our Mashiach it's after the Pesach or the Passover meal, and they're up in the Mount of Olives, or Gethsemane, excuse me, and they let me just read it to you. It's pretty amazing. So Luke 22, '45 and 46. And rising up from prayer and coming to his taught ones, he found them sleeping from grief. And he said to them, "Why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into trial." Sure, they were sick with worry and crying and fell asleep because they knew it was coming to their Mashiach. They knew that he was going to be taken. The times of the Gentiles, the darkness was then, right? It was coming after their Messiah, and it's time. The darkness is time, right? But we are in trials right now. A lot of us are in so much trial right now. Some of us are in pretty difficult times right now. And have we thought, hello, have we thought at all to just rise in our trial and pray? Why do you sleep? Hi. Our Mashiach says, why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into trial. How many of us are spiritually sleeping right now? How many of us woke up, came into the truth, and have been fighting so hard, relentlessly, nonstop, and are falling back to sleep? And then the trial comes on to us. And it doesn't take much. When he specifically said, "Rise and pray lest you enter into trial," that just blew my mind, and I needed to share that. Perhaps that's what we need to do. We need to rise from the ashes of our trials that we're going through right now, or we sense that a trial is coming, or better yet, we stay risen and in prayer daily so we don't get into a trial. That's how I'm reading it. Like we can prevent the trials. Job, he was the most righteous man, and he had so much going against him. He was being tempted in every way, shape, and form. Now, he rose and prayed every single day. He even made offerings on behalf of his children just in case they sinned every single morning at dawn. He was so righteous, but he was still tempted by the tempter, so much so that he lost everything except for his life. And it was under the premise that, I'm going to tempt him. This is how Satan went to the Most High and said, I'm going to tempt him because he'll curse you. He will surely curse you if I give him disease. He will surely curse you if I take away his family or his livestock or his money. He'll surely turn around and curse you. And the Most High knew that that wasn't possible. So he said, go ahead, do what you got to do. Take what you want, but don't touch his life. His life is mine. So, don't be caught unaware or like, I can't believe I'm going through this right now. When you say that you rose up and you are going to follow our Mashiach, some people say Jesus. I like to use a much more Kodesh or holy name. I say Yahushua, which is Joshua in English, HaMashiach, the Messiah. When you say that you're going to pick up your stake and follow him, you got to expect that you're going to be facing trials. You're going to be tempted in every way, shape, and form. This is not an easy road. That's why very few find it. And very few stay on it because it's so hard. I just wanted to come on and say that because that is very powerful. That one little verse, and rising up from prayer and coming to his taught ones, you may know them as apostles, he found them sleeping from grief. How many of us we're tired and we're grieved every single day? We're going through so much. And he said to them, why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into trial. This is what we need to do. We need to rise and we need to pray. We're in our grief. The world is heavy. It's so heavy right now. Everything we're seeing is just like crazy times 50. And our brains can't even process half of it. And what we need to be doing is rise and pray. Exactly. We just need to rise and pray. And then the temptations will stay away. That's what it seems like. Hi there. So, it's like one of those, this is what it means to be raptured. People take that literally. Oh my goodness. Rapture is something that happens, Jesus is going to come and take those who are his and take them out before it gets crazy. However, here's the thing. Shalom, shalom. Rapture, the term, and you can look this up, the actual dictionary term for it is to be raptured in the brain. So like when you find something out and you're just like, and then you sit there and you're just like, whoa, to be raptured. Literally. Do you know what I mean? Yes, we're talking Bible. That's all I do here. Or occasionally I'll talk about sex trafficking and things of that nature, because I stand against trafficking, human trafficking in all ways, shapes, and forms. Um, so yeah, that's in Luke 22, verse 45 and 46. The third is coming. What do you mean? So, um, I just wanted to share that. I don't really have much to say besides that. That was so profound in my mind. Like I when I read it, I was just like, what? Like that's it. That's the key. Rise and pray. Just stay in prayer. Literally rise from those ashes of grief and pray before we get into the trial, right? Before we put into all of this trial. It's amazing. Right there. That is a nugget, you guys. That's a nugget. No matter how many times you read the word, front and back, you will find nuggets every single time you read it. All you got to do is ask Father to show you. He has laid it so heavily on my heart. Go read Luke. And I'm just like, I've read that a million times, Father. Go read Luke. And that's what he said. And that's what I'm doing. I'm reading Luke again, and I'm just, things we miss. You know what I mean? It's the things that we miss. Happy prep day for those of you who keep Sabbath. Some of you keep it Friday night. Some of you do dawn, which is me. I do dawn to dawn. So my Sabbath doesn't start until dawn tomorrow, till dawn Sunday. So it'll last that long. And this is just my prep day. Absolutely, me too. Is this Sunny Lee? Absolutely, me too. I pray for you all the time. I give his word to everyone. And a wise brother, he's also my bandmate. I have a band, Kodashai. For those of you that don't know, we do have music. It's found on Kodashai channel on YouTube. But he says it perfectly. Brother Brian, he says, awesome, to done. That's what, the Melchizedek, it's the Melchizedek way. That's what I was taught, the Melchizedek priesthood. By Father, he taught me that. So Brother Brian said, go into the room and read the room. And those who want to know, they will come to you. It's like Father will just bring them to you. And those who don't, they won't pay attention, right? And so I have a little problem with that. Well, he's right, 100%. I just tell everybody, even those who don't want to hear it. And I get so sad because when I heard about Yahushua, I knew it was truth. I finally had something that set me on fire, that opened my heart, that opened my mind, that I just knew it was truth. I don't know how else to explain it. It was just truth to me. It wasn't this thing that was handed down. This was truth. And I give it to everybody, literally everyone. Now I do like the seed drops, you know? I'll seed drop to everyone, you know? I'll meet them where they're at. That's what Paul said, right? He met everyone where they were at. And I love that because now I do that. I see what they like and I meet them where they're at. And that's how our conversation starts. 9 times out of 10. Oh, yes. My Ruach was just, and for those who don't know what Ruach means, it means spirit, Holy Spirit. Ruach HaKodesh means the Holy Spirit. So it's breath, it's wind, it's Father's, it's Father, it's teacher, it's the teacher. that he left us. Acts chapter 2. So this is why we don't need anyone to teach us, because he teaches. Yeah, we got to meet him where they're at. In the beginning, when I first came to this truth, I was so like zealous. I was like, Bible, boom, 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 beating everybody up with it. And that's not how you do it. It's all about love, because Father is love, but he's love with justice. Justice will be served. And that's what's happening right now before our eyes. This whole world is being served justice right now. This is crazy, what we're seeing. It's prophecy. And a lot of the prophecy is misunderstood through theology of Christianity, and it's been muckied and messed with so much. It's no good, So, time to wake up and come out of her, my people, because things are getting crazier and crazier. And keep his commandments. They're found in Shemot, Exodus chapter 20, and Devarim, or Deuteronomy chapter 5, and there's 10 of them. Read those. Go slowly when you read it, and you will see from the very beginning, the very first one, you will see that something's not right, that you haven't been doing something right in your religion. That's what happened to me. I'm reading the commandments and I'm like, something ain't right. Something's very wrong. Either I was lied to, or this is a false thing, And Father met me where I was. So that's right. That's right. I mean, seriously, think about it. If we're all walking around here mad and yelling at each other, a lot of people get into arguments. A lot of set apart people get into arguments. Who wants to get involved in that? Like, who wants to? That's like, it just looks like another religion, of people being upset at each other and doing what they want, and screaming. And who wants that? We're supposed to be different. We're supposed to have this beautiful love and this beautiful way about us, this happiness and this peace. So much so that people look at us and go, what is that? Especially right now in this world. It's so dark, it's so heavy, it's so crazy. We can't be acting like that. We need to be acting different. We need to rise above it. We need to shine, Father. That's what our Mashiach did. He shined the Father. He walked the Father beautifully. And, well, he's teaching us how to do that with refinement, right? So the fruits of the Spirit comes with refinement. This is what I'm learning. So I hope all of you who do partake in Sabbath have a wonderful Sabbath day, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. For those of you who have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, read Hebrews chapter 4. Those of you who believe upon the Messiah, some of you say Christ. I don't like using that name, but I'm going to meet you where you're at, okay? For those of you who believe upon the Messiah, Sabbath day is still very much needed to be partaken in. And when you look at where Sabbath is located, it's the fourth commandment in the commands, which means the commandments are still very much a part of our walk. And I know you've been lied to, and I'm sorry. I was too, and it hurt. Born and raised in Christianity, thought it was the only thing. Everybody else was the lie. Everybody else was going to hell. And ask Father to show you. Revelations 12 says, for those who keep the commandments and the testimony of his Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, you may know him as Jesus Christ. The commandments, it's right there, right in that verse. will sleep in shalom. Those that die will be resting in peace. That's what Revelation 12 says at the very end of the chapter. So, I love you. That is so true. That is very good. I like that. Yeah, why not now? There's no better time than right now, right? We need to choose here now this day who you serve. And it doesn't take a mathematician to realize where we're at right now. And you got to figure out where you're going to go. Because if you were to go tomorrow, if you were to go right now, do you know 100% that you are going to be where you think you're going to be? And I'm not talking about some mystical heaven, because that's pagan, okay? I'm talking, where's your nefesh? Where's your soul? Who owns your soul? You are loved. Something to think about. Start in the beginning of the word. I use the Scriptures Bible because it's the closest to what was found in the Qumran caves. And it's not biased either, you know? It leaves the name open. It's written in the Hebrew, but it leaves it open. It's just written in Hebrew. So you can say Yahusha, some say Yeshua, some say Jesus, you know. Constantine, yes. Constantine, Christos comes from the word Cretan, and Cretan means dumb and stupid. Christos is where we get Christianity, which is also Cretan. And so when you look at the name JC, or Jesus Christ, which actually means earth pig in the ancient Greek, not in the modern Greek, but the ancient Greek, there is a lawless Messiah that has been preached. And that is in the book of Revelation, or Hazon. And that lawless Messiah has a name and has been given an image. And it's 666, which is also your lawless Jesus Christ. It's very hard to swallow, but it's the truth. Yes, there is a Son of the Most High that came to save us. Yes, 100%, absolutely. But they changed his name. Who? The Roman Catholic Church. And it started with Constantine. Constantine wanted to merge pagan ideology with the belief of Mashiach's Talmudian and his taught ones. So that's what he did. There was many meetings about this, and none of the Hebrews were allowed to join these meetings. It was the Council of Nicaea. There was multiple councils of Nicaea. There wasn't just one, there was multiple. And we need to do our research. And Sunny Lee is right. We need to do our research. We really need to wake up. We really need to see what we are serving, like Deuteronomy chapter 6 says. Who are you serving? Your right hand is serving whatever you are worshiping here. And that's what Revelation says. What is sealed upon your forehead and in your right hand, which is the deeds of the thing or the person that you're serving. I serve the Most High and his true Son that keeps the law. That's who I serve. That's whom I love. That's what saved me. That's what gave me a new heart, born from above, like literally. So, Exactly. It's hard to say the JC name, but we got to meet people where they're at too. So, um, yeah. I'm going to let everyone go. I love you. I could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, but I got to go untangle my dog. And you guys don't want to sit here and wait and look at a tree behind me. So, shalom, shalom. Have a beautiful Shabbat whenever you do that, tonight or tomorrow. And may it be filled with shalom and much happiness and joy and rest. Lots of rest. Let's give Father rest by resting. Yeah? I love you all. Shalom, shalom.